Hello, good morning. My name is Amalia Moreno Damgard, and I am today transmitting from my backyard, celebrating Memorial Day weekend in partnership with El Minnesota de Hoy, an online Spanish language platform whom I have been collaborating since they established the platform. And it has been a great partnership because I write for them, and now we are doing more live videos, and this is one of many, I hope, to come. But I wanted to share some recipes with you that you can incorporate into your Memorial Day weekend menu if you are still scrambling or trying to figure out what to do. Well, I have some ideas for you. I just spent a week in Mexico in Oaxaca, which is a gastronomic mecca. And in fact, my top is from Oaxaca. It's very colorful and it's a UNESCO site. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. But the most important part about Oaxaca is that their food is absolutely phenomenal, and the culture is absolutely beautiful. I had the opportunity to cook with many great cooks, grandmas and mothers, sisters, and you name it. And today I'm making a dish that I learned to cook with them, and they're called Memelitas. And this is a three-part dish. So it is a fat or a chubby corn tortilla, and it's going to be topped with different toppings that I'm going to show you how to make. We're going to make a sauce with fresh tomatillos, and I'm going to start by adding fresh tomatillos to the blender, and I just cut them into quarters so to make it easier to blend. And over here I have garlic that is already in paste, or you can add a couple of garlic cloves if you have them handy. I have some shallots, a couple of shallots, and I am using sliced jalapenos with the seeds. It's going to be a very hot sauce, but it's going to be very delicious. And if that weren't enough, I am also using serranos, also with the seeds. Woo! It's going to be hot. So now I am going to add some cilantro, and I am going to add salt and some water. You may have had the tomatillo salsa that is cooked. Well, this is the raw version, and if you like the other one, you are going to love this one. So we start by blending the ingredients very quickly here. A very quick sauce. And if you can still hear me, I will talk a little louder. And a quick process. Okay, and that is it. So the next thing we do is we're going to taste it. Make sure it has enough salt. I know it has enough heat, and it tastes wonderful. And it tastes as if it had lime juice, but it doesn't. It's just the acidity of the tomatillos is enough to give it that acidity, and it is just absolutely fantastic. So now I am going to show you how to make this memelitas. And basically you start with corn flour and you add water. You can follow the package directions, but basically it's 1-to-1 ratio of water and flour. And I have already done that, and I have formed small bowls. I have some water here to moisten my pans. And you form the bowls, and to make sure that you have them even, you can use a cookie scoop to make sure that you end up with even sized memelitas. So these are the three bowls that I have made, and I have a hot griddle over here ready to go. And you don't need any fancy equipment to do this. Basically, this is just a mold that I have covered with plastic, and I am going to flatten that bowl, the first bowl, And then I am going to put it directly on the griddle. Then I am going to take the other one. And don't worry, they don't have to be perfect. In fact, if they are imperfect, they look more artisan, more homemade. And you are not going to flatten them to the point of thin corn tortillas because they are not tortillas. They are supposed to be a little chubby, so slightly thicker than corn tortillas. So also these are going to be, you can also lift them up like this if you cannot lift them up with your hand. Then you let them cook for about a minute to a minute and a half per side, depending on how hot your griddle is. Then you flip them over with the spatula and you cook them on the other side for the same amount of time. When they're done, they look like this. And basically, you take one at a time and then you shape the borders with your fingers. So this is the perimeter of the tortilla, and this is to make a vessel to receive the condiments so that they don't overflow, and it actually gives them a very nice shape as well. So what are the condiments and toppings that you can use here? I have black beans with epazote. Epazote is a Mexican herb that is very flavorful. Little goes a long way as it's pretty strong. And then I have some salsa over here in the center. And this is a tomato salsa that I have made with olive oil, tomatoes, onions, and very simple, a little salt. And then over here, the sauce that we just made, the tomatillo sauce. And over here we have condiments, queso fresco, fresh cheese. I have onion, I have radishes, and more cilantro. So how do you put this together? We're going to make one of each so that you get the flavor of what we're trying to do here. So this is the black beans with epazote. And then we can top it with a little bit of this sauce. And then we're going to add some cheese, queso fresco, some onion, and then some cilantro. And this is number one. Then we're going to take number two, and number two can be just this sauce, and it can be a vegetarian version. And in fact, the other one that I just made is a vegetarian version as well, because it's just beans and corn. And we're going to garnish it again with queso and some onion and more cilantro. So it's really, really beautiful and colorful. And then the third one, we are going to garnish it with the tomatillo salsa, more queso, more onion, and a little more cilantro. So we're gonna reshape the onion here. And if that doesn't look good enough already, I have more garnishes that you can use to decorate either the Memelitas, and you can throw a few around to decorate the plate so that it looks pretty. And Memelitas are super easy to make, as you can tell. These are getting a little brown here, and I am turning them, and you can see, I'm going to show you one, cooking the other side. Meanwhile, I am going to move this to this side so you can see what they look like. Memelitas, super easy to make. Buen provecho.